There is a quiet knock in the middle of the night. It doesn't sound like Lenny at first. Too soft and quiet. And you almost think it's Termine. We know how they knock. Each one of those children. But when you open the door, Lenny's standing there, swaying slightly, his face pale in a way that immediately sets off the alarm bells in your head. I don't feel well, he admits, voice hoarse. He don't even hesitate. One hand steadies him, the other already guiding him inside. By the time Arlecchino arrives, Lenny's already seated on the bed, coughing weakly, shoulders trembling with the effort of staying upright. Arlecchino stops in the doorway. Her eyes take everything in at once. Lenny's flushed skin, the way he's breathing shallowly, the faint tremor in your hands as you press a cool cloth to his forehead. He has a fever. He's burning up. You say quietly, and she crosses the room in 3 long strides. Since when? She asks, her voice controlled, but you can see the concern in her gaze. Since this morning, he admits. I didn't want to make a fuss. Her expression tightens, and you and Arlecchino exchange a look. No words needed. And from that moment on, the room becomes a careful rhythm between the two of you. You fetch water, medicine, clean linens, and you coax Lenny into drinking, murmuring reassurances when he grimaces at the taste. Arlecchino sits beside the bed, coat discarded, and one hand resting firmly on his shoulder, grounding, steady. You're not a burden. You are ill. Rest, she says, when Lenny apologizes for the 3rd time. And her tone leaves no room for argument. At one point, Lenny's fever spikes. He curls in on himself, shivering despite the blankets. And you glance at Arlecchino, worry written openly across your face. She notices immediately. Move, she says. And then you scoot away, and she sits a little bit closer, pulling the blankets tighter around him, her other hand warm against his back. Lenny sighs deeply despite himself. And then, the shaking seems to calm down a little bit. Arlecchino looks relieved, no longer furrowing her brows. And hours pass like that. The TV taking turns keeping watch. And when Lenny drifts into restless sleep, you're the one checking his breathing, brushing hair from his damp forehead. When he wakes coughing or disoriented, Arlecchino is there instantly, anchoring him back to reality, bringing him water when he needs it. At some point, exhaustion creeps up on you, and you don't notice how heavy your eyelids have gotten until Arlecchino speaks. Sit, she orders quietly, guiding you to a chair. I'm fine. You start, but she gives you a look. You are no use to him if you collapse, she says, then softer. Nor to me. You sit, and she hands you a cup of water. And the small gesture feels oddly intimate in the setting. And when the fever breaks, and Lenny finally settles into a deeper slumber, his breathing evens, the fever easing, the tension in the room loosening, just a little. You exhale shakily. I hate seeing him like this. So do I. Arlecchino replies, and there is a pause. Thank you, she adds after a moment. Not stiff, not formal, genuine. And you look at her, completely surprised. He's not just yours, by the way. You don't have to thank me at all. Her gaze flicks to Lyney, then back to you. I know that. That's why I'm thanking you. I will never take your efforts for granted, she says. And that melts your heart. But it's also such an Arlecchino thing to say. Later, when he wakes up, he looks at you two in surprise. You're both here. Indeed, we are. How are you feeling? I'm doing a lot better. Thank you. I didn't mean to, you know, waste all that time. Arlecchino glares at him, but before she says anything, you're the one who actually scolds him this time. Don't talk about yourself like that in front of me, alright? That time that we spent on you, it will never be a waste. We're just glad that you're feeling okay. And next time, the moment you feel sick, you tell us right away. No reason to push yourself. And if you're not convinced, at least do it to be a good example for your little siblings. And then you couldn't say much to refute that, especially since he didn't want his younger siblings pushing themselves either. And for once, Arlecchino had to give it to you. That was a very clever argument, and she was thankful to have you by her side. To know that there was someone else out there who cared about her kids. Other than her.